Hi, welcome to the workface. You're watching this, gotta mean this. Dave, I couldn't have said it better myself. A good friend of mine recently made some shortbread or shortcake, I don't know what you call it to be honest. All I do know, it was delicious and it was amazing. Perhaps the best I've ever tasted. Big statement. But that guy looked a bit smug and I'm thinking, you know, I can rock some shortbread type cookie biscuits out in no time. How difficult can it be after all? So let's get over to the workface. We're going to make Steve Dogg's Greek strawberry yogurt cookies. Let's do this. Am I making it up as I go along? We'll find out in a moment. So here we are at the workface, folks. Now some of you will be saying the only reason I've got the oven on is because I'm warming up a nice Hampson's pasty there, and you would be right. But these are the ingredients we're going to need today. Light yogurt, sugar, flour. How much of each do you need? Well, I'm not just making this up. Well, certainly if I am, I'm making a note of what I'm doing. So we got 120 grams of strawberry light yogurt. So I think we're going to need 120 grams of flour, but I've actually got 62 grams of flour. So I think we need 62 grams of flour. Let's see what happens if we mix 62 grams worth of flour with 120 grams of yogurt. Let's do this. Tipped out the flour there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little area in the middle to mix this. This is straight on the worktop, clean worktop of course folks, lovely and clean. And in actual fact my glamorous assistant has just got me some more flour, because I think I'm going to need more flour than 62 grams. So we've had 62 grams of flour. Let's just chuck the yogurt in and see what happens, and we can always add more, can't we? So yogurt gets added to flour, folks. I'm sure a lot of you have tried this at home. And now on the worktop, it's going to be a bit messy for a moment, I'm sure. Maybe I should have done this in a bowl first. I don't know. And nor do you. So just going to mix that in. A bit like mixing concrete, or as we say in Devon, concrete. Right, so that there, I think you'll agree, is looking quite beautiful, and it's already starting actually to form a kind of dough. Now this is why I've used 62 grams of flour with 120 grams of yogurt, and I think you'll agree it's actually, maybe by utter and complete chance, it's looking pretty good. Now pasty's just gone into the oven, oggy as we like to call them. He's gone in there. Some Hampsons of Hale. I've yet to find a better oggy, and I've eaten a few. And some of you from my physique will think, yeah, we knew that, Steve Dog. Right, so here we go. Now this is starting to come together, but I want more than that. I want to give a bit of sweetness, so I'm using sugar. So this is, I'm just going to literally layer that out a bit more, get the sugar in there. Going to put a teaspoon of sugar in amongst it. That's all. 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm using the stuff that I call not quite white and not quite brown. It's like a demerara or demerara, but it's got a kind of yellowiness to it, which will give a caramelized flavour to this. So now, as you can see, it's starting to come together. I can now get my hands in there and start to knead the dough. Now right away I can feel it needs a little bit more flour, so I'm just going to put a bit more flour into that. So we were on 62 grams and that, got it? 62 grams and that, whatever that was. What do you reckon? Another 15 grams? So maybe 75 grams is what you're after. And this now is all starting to come together as a lovely, lovely dough. Right folks, so now we're going to cut the biscuits, and I like to use fancy pants, things like that, so it gets me a nice biscuity kind of shape. And with this mix, you're probably thinking, how many of these little biscuits can we actually make? 6. So you can feed a family of 10 with these. A little bit more flour. It's a little bit gooey in there now, folks. That's because of reasons. That's right, it's because of reasons. Okay, now I'm just going to bed that down a little bit more. It seems gooey, I don't know why. For reasons beyond our control, possibly. I don't know. For reasons, anyway. For some kind of reasons, folks. Last one. I'm going to try and get this one into one biscuit because that'd be nice. That'd be like the cook's last one almost. Chef's last one. Baker's last one. Paul Hollywood doesn't make these. He ain't got the skills, folks. Mary Perry, she never made them either. Nope. They run away from unconvention, whereas Steve Dogg laughs in the face of unconvention. Right, that last one's a little bit fatter. Right, so after you prepare those biscuits, you're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like this. And I think you'll agree, they look quite beautiful. At the moment we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 biscuits. Unlucky for some, they say, but not for us, eh, folks? Perhaps unlucky for you because you're not going to be eating them. So now we're going to pop those into the oven. Let's do that right now. So I'm going to pop these into the oven, folks. That's right. I like about 170 fan here. So, well, not that one. That's not the oven. This is the one down here. Just look at the old watch. Right. I'm going to give those 6 minutes at 170 fan in the oven until they're just about to think about going brown. But you've got to be quick with these guys because you don't want a burnt bicky, do you? Let's see what they look like when they come out, and then we're going to do what I call the Steve Dogg taste test. Red Leicester mini cheddars, well worth a bite whilst waiting for delicious biscuits to cook, I always think. Right, let's take it out of the oven. They've been in there for 7 minutes. Let's have a look at them. We'll just put them back in. So I left them in for another 2 minutes and now I've let them cool. It's time to see what these bad boys taste like. Let's have a quick look and see what they look like first, because people say you eat with your eyes. Beautiful, huh? Let's get down there to that eating biscuit work face, which is one of my favourites, I will admit. So here we go then, folks. This is the sort of chef's one that I made. What's it going to be like? It's light and it's dreamy. It's very, very it's what I would call a high-end luxury biscuit. You got the hint, the notes almost of the strawberry coming through, and it's very, very enjoyable. Let me have one more. Let's try this one over here. That looks delicious. Lovely. Very delicious biscuits. I'll admit they're not quite as light and as fluffy as I remember my friend's biscuits to be. But, you know, they're biscuits. Catch you guys on the biscuit schmishkit flip side. I couldn't have said it better myself.